everybody, what is up? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. It depends if you're new here or not. Now, I knew I wanted to make a video for the holidays, but I wasn't quite sure the type of video I wanted to make. With that said, I was scrolling through YouTube just earlier and I came across this video titled Alone. And what you're looking at now on the screen is going to be explained away in just a moment, so bear with me just till we get past the intro. This is personally my favorite time of the year because it's my three favorite holidays, literally back to back to back. We have Thanksgiving, then Christmas, and then New Year's is coming up, and I adore those holidays. This time of the year is full of food and family and good times and good vibes, and you really can't beat it. However, it's also full of a lot of mentally and emotional struggles for a lot of other individuals. Now, while today these are my favorite holidays and I get to celebrate them with my family, that was not always the case. I moved out when I was very young. I went to school full-time and worked 2 jobs plus volunteer work on top of that, and it was always very hectic for me, and it got to the point where I could not damn take it. I could not damn stand it, y'all. It got to be just like way too much. I ended up moving out and moving across the country pretty much by myself, and it was a very hard time because I just did not have my family with me. I was practically just all alone across the country and had nobody to talk to, and of course I met people in the town, and you know, it was what it was, but it's always different and it hits different when you get to celebrate the holidays with your family. Now, this time of the year, there is always time of reflection, in my opinion. I feel like about this time of the year, a lot of people start to look back, not only because the New Year is approaching, but Christmas is approaching. Thanksgiving as well, where you think about all the things that you're thankful for and you get to eat with your family and just enjoy spending time with them. But then Christmas is approaching right after, and that can be a huge financial strain for a lot of families because it has turned into such a commercial holiday, and you feel the need to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on gifts for your family, friends, like it can get really overwhelming. I'm somebody too, and I had to get over this because I would spend a lot of money on the holidays for Christmas because I felt like the price tag of the gift equated to how much I cared about them, and I was like, well, I can't get them a cheap gift because I don't want them to think I don't care about them, and I had to get over that mental aspect because it's not about the price tag, it's about the intention behind it. But rant over. I'm sorry, I'm very ADHD, so I will go in here with a thought that I want to get across, and then it'll go in a whole different direction, but I'm trying to stabilize and get back to the road here with my point. Now, while the holidays can be full of fun times, memory making, family members, good food, it can also hold a lot of emotions. It can also make you very emotional. Not everybody has immediate family around them. A lot of people don't have good friends that they can rely on or go to their homes for the holidays. People might not even have money to buy people gifts. Like I said, it's not just about the money or the food and stuff, y'all, but it can also be, as good as the holidays are, it can also be very emotionally draining on a lot of individuals because, as I said, it's a time of reflection as well. And I feel like even individuals who go with their families on holiday trips, even if they are surrounded by family, you can still feel very alone. So I literally opened the app and I'm scrolling through YouTube and I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do for a Thanksgiving special or a Christmas special? What am I going to do on my channel to celebrate with my subscribers? Should I do a compilation? Should I do a funny video? What should I do? And I'm scrolling, mindlessly scrolling, I should say the least. And this one video right here caught my attention. It was titled Alone. The video we're taking a look at here right now is by another YouTuber with about 7.3, I think, thousand subscribers. And the account name is Jeffy. I ended up clicking on it though, and we're going to be watching it in just a moment and talking about it because it broke my heart. And it made me realize that the best thing you can do with somebody is just to have that conversation and to just show them that you're there and that you love them and support them. So while the holidays can be about the gift giving, having the friends and family around, it can also just be about being there. You can show up for somebody and more than just being there physically. You can show up emotionally or mentally and just help support somebody who doesn't have a great support system or just simply struggling emotionally and needs an extra little pat on the back. So I want to take a look at this video because I feel like we can all relate to it to an extent. So with that being said, let's dive right into it. And by the way, get your tissues.
So I just came back from the gym, and I had to stop midway through like a really brutal like leg workout because I'm still a little sick, and I literally couldn't breathe um, through like some of the squats. So and I had to pause it and stop and just walk home. And I don't know what the atmosphere is or what kind of night it is, but it was just really dark and cold, and I was listening to like lo-fi on like 15 to 20 minute walk back, and I don't know, man. It just dawned on me that this is probably the most alone I've ever felt my entire life. You know, um, I don't know why um I started to feel that way. Um, uh, but I don't know. I just kind of just thought about it on the walk back, and yeah, I mean, even through times where I've kind of like isolated myself, like whether it was like during COVID or high school, I always had family. Um, and even through um, my time in freshman year of college where I wasn't in a relationship, I saw my dorm mates, and I was a lot closer to my teammates back then. And I always had company, right? And then I had the relationship, and my dorm mate had a complication where he had to leave, and even though I was living alone in my dorm, I had my relationship, and I had the same similar company with my teammates that I was never ever alone. And now I have no one to really to wake up to, no one to really be excited to like wake up in the morning for, and I don't really have a doormate to like bother me, I guess. And I don't know, I've kind of inadvertently squandered some of my bonds with my teammates because the time I put in the relationship, and my family is so far away. I don't know. I don't know why it's all hitting me this night, but maybe it's just because like it was just really dark and cold. But it's pretty tough, and it's not like I can't like live through it. It's because I've been living through it, for the past month or two. But I don't know. I think just the fact that I'm uncertain of how my life will go from this point on, right? Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just unsure how I can, find and nurture like long-lasting friendships now that I'm in like the real world, to say. But maybe I'm also uncertain like if I'll ever find companionship again. And and this is really one of those times where I wish I was like more religious as I used to be back in grade school, you know, where I could be more content being with myself because I live in a Christian household, so like they always say like you're never really alone when because God's always by your side, and in some ways I felt like I've kind of used like religion to kind of like not push myself or like kind of just like stay stagnant, and so like even though I know I probably should do some kind of like I guess spiritual stuff in a way, like just like pray or read the Bible more. Like I feel like I'm kind of like taking the strength out of my own like strength per to say. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know. I just don't know how to navigate my I just don't really. I'm unsure how to navigate the future by myself for the foreseeable future. It just in some ways it seems kind of hopeless because I'm just uncertain and because nothing's certain, and that's the hard truth for a lot of these things.
I'm in my early 20s, and I used to think to myself, oh, maybe I feel so confused and lonely and da 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 because it's just the time I'm in. It's just the age. It's the time to figure everything out. You kind of have to put back your social life to get your career and your education and everything where it needs to be. But the more I've grown up and the more I've experienced, I've realized it's not ever going to be easy. And they don't teach you that in school. They don't teach you that, hey, when you're in middle school, they were like, oh, just you have a few more years and you're in high school and everything's going to be better. Then you can make more decisions and be more free. Then you get to high school and they tell you, oh, just a few more years and you can go to college and then you can pick your career. You can work towards your career and make big money. And then they don't tell you by college, you might not want that career anymore. You might be in a little bit of a limbo because you want to figure out what can I do with the rest of my life that I can be passionate about. In high school, they're not going to say, hey, if you're dumb, you're not going to get a scholarship, but they do tell you to keep up your grades so you can get a scholarship, so you can afford to go to college if you do want a certain career, so you're not stuck in, student debt for a really long time. But it happens to a lot of people. Then, you get the career you want, but then you're stuck as an intern and unpaid internship, and then you have student debt, adding up, and it gets really hard for a lot of people. With that all aside, though, all the financial aspects of it, you always have hard days. There's good days, but there's always hard days. And on those hard days, it's easy to want to be alone, but then also that feeling of being alone, you don't want to feel alone, if that makes sense. And in those times where you realize you are alone, it really hits. It can be a sunny day, it can be mid July, and you'll just be freezing and you're sad, and it's hard to make sense of the things that on other days, on good days, you can make sense of, but on those bad days, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around things. And I think with social media, it's such a crazy thing because you have access to the entirety of the world and its population who has access to the internet, of course. And you can talk to anybody, you can meet anybody from different countries, different cities, different states, and you can make friends that way. You can also vent that way, and it's fun and all. But then also social media is super isolating at the same time because I feel like we all isolate ourselves and we're on social media way too much. And then as soon as we get off social media, we don't have those real life relationships that we could have potentially had if we didn't sink so much time into social media and other aspects. And if you're anything like me and you have the social battery of literally 2% all the time, you don't want to be social when you go out. When I go out, I like to go get what I need, go right home. If I can have it delivered, it's going to be delivered so I don't have to leave. And I'm somebody who I really enjoy being alone, but I don't want to be alone forever. And I think it also makes me question, like how he's saying here, he just feels so alone. He used to have that relationship, he used to have those friends, but now his family's even way far away too, and now he just feels like he has no one. And I feel like, especially on social media, you see certain creators, you get kind of a parasocial relationship with them, and you think that their life is just so incredible, but we never get to sit down and have those conversations or really know the creator. A lot of times, even creators who do luxury videos, they might seem to have the money and whatever else, but they could also be struggling because they only show you what they want to show you. You don't get to see everything that happens behind closed doors. There's so many people who might have the job, the money, the career goals, the car goals, the home goals, but they don't have the relationship. They don't have real friends. And it can be very lonely and isolating, and they could use social media to vent about it and to talk about it and to try to make different friends or find real people. And it can be very hard, even on social media, to get a true connection.
It's just really tough. It's shit. I mean, I didn't really plan on crying, but like I don't know. It's really really tough, and I've kind of just gone through these past few weeks, kind of just like breezing by, just doing my own thing, like gym, school, and studying and whatnot. And yeah, I don't know. It's in some ways I don't even know how I even do it. Like I don't know. I just feel so alone sometimes, and even though I could give my family a call, it just doesn't really. The connection doesn't really, feel the same because I'm so far from them, and I don't know. It's tough. I guess it's like the hardship they talk about, right? I mean, yeah, I just don't know. I've never had to live through something like this for ever. So maybe this is just like one of those like skills or like just like hardships you just have to like go through, like everybody has to go through. And I don't know, it's just hitting me really hard this one night, and I just don't know. I just don't know, and I don't know if anybody can relate with me on that just uncertainty of things, and but yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know, you know, because I feel like I have like no real connection with anybody around me, and I guess it's like sometimes the emotions of like the lack or like the sudden like rip away of the relationship and kind of just like I don't know, maybe like I just feel like the void of like my heart just kind of just like reappears like in waves sometimes. So I mean, it's not like a constant thing like it used to be, which is really good, but you know, it just sometimes it just hits me randomly, and I just feel really really sad. And I know it sounds like emo as shit. I'm not trying to be cringy. It's just true, right? And I don't know. I just thought I should probably just talk about it. I'm sure other people might feel like it, but some people might not. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's fucking it's just stupid sometimes. I don't know. I know I really shouldn't be feel like this. I should just, chin up, but you know, sometimes it's hard to see like it's hard to see some things through the fog. So I'm sure things will get better day by day, and when I actually get to see my family for Christmas and Thanksgiving, like things will probably be better. But yeah, I mean, just right now, just it seems really, I don't know, just uncertain. And then also like the next semester, which I already have to sign up classes for, like I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know what those days will bring and what that, those 3 to 4 months of my life will bring. I hope it doesn't bring any more misery that I've had to, ex- experience in my fall semester. But uh,
I think the saddest thing about this video is the fact that he's feeling such an overwhelming just rush of many, many emotions at once. But I I feel like the most sad thing about this is the fact that so many of us feel like this. And it's hard to talk about, it's hard to open up about, especially when there's nobody there to talk to it with or about, and when you can't find the proper words to explain how you're feeling, or you just give up mid sentence and resort to that, well, I don't know. sentence that he said so many times. I can relate to that so heavily. I've been in relationships in the past that I would get hurt in, and I would try to explain my side of the situation, why I feel a certain way, why it was wrong. And I would just give up mid sentence, delete everything I typed, or just stop talking completely. Like, you know what? I don't know. It is what it is, right? And I feel like the hardest thing is being alone, feeling alone, having that overwhelming sensation that you could potentially be alone forever. And how do you navigate life, especially when you're alone? How do you navigate life? And so many years that we still have left to live, what are we going to do with them? Are we going to thrive or struggle to survive? Are we going to get the job we want? Are we going to have that thriving career that we've always set out for? Are we going to, how long will we have student debt? How, do we get the car of our dreams? How do we get the home of our dreams? How do we have the family or the spouse of our dreams? There's so much to figure out, and I feel like life is so short that we rush into things thinking we don't have long to, get everything situated how we want it to be situated. Especially if you're like me, I've set like goals for myself. Like, okay, by the time I'm 25, I'm gonna have all this. By the time I'm 30, I'm gonna have this. I do like 5-year plans. And sometimes you hit a speed bump or two and it puts back your plans, and then you feel like everything's falling apart because you're not up to speed on what you want to be up to speed on. And it's especially hard when you don't have proper people to talk to about it, or not feeling like you're properly supported while just trying to grow and make these decisions. And I wanted to make this video today because I feel like the holidays really bring out that inner alone that we all feel. We could be surrounded by family members but still feel alone. We could have all the friends in the world but still feel alone, feel like we can't properly talk to the people who we have around us. And I feel like it's very important to understand there are other people out there who feel exactly the way that you do, maybe not verbatim, but pretty much the same. We all have our own inner demons and personal struggles and battles that we fight every day, and I feel like this video would be very important, one I would want to put out for the holiday season, because you're not alone. You may feel like shit right now, but this too shall pass, and you're gonna wake up one day this week and be like, it's a beautiful day out, and the air is so crisp and fresh, and the coffee I had was incredible, and the sun is shining, and, all those moments you felt bad throughout the week, that one day or that one moment would make it all worth it, because you appreciate it so much more. One thing I wish they taught me in school was one day you're going to wake up tired, but you're going to be an adult, so you're not going to be able to properly rest. And you're going to be tired every day for a really long time. And I feel like, too, as an adult, so much time goes into planning life, not only life, but just everyday things, like dinner. That's such a stupid thing to complain about, but now as an adult, y'all, how did my mom do it? Because she had multiple kids, and I just feel like every day planning what you're making for 3-course meals, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, then the time that it takes to do them, and then the time it takes to go replenish the groceries that you used, it's time consuming, and I should not even be complaining about that, but that's one of the things that make me tired, because it is time consuming and it freaking sucks. And I'm only bringing that up to complain about it because I myself am not in a relationship. I do not have friends. I have one friend. Y'all, I have a story time too, by the way, that I want to talk about when it comes to this one specific friend, but that'll be for a different video. I just feel like there's not enough time in the day, and that's the thing I struggle with the most, trying to balance my home life, my work life, YouTube, the volunteer work, the everything in between that has to get done on a daily basis. I find it hard to find time to balance everything properly to where I feel like I'm getting it done efficiently, if that makes sense. And at nighttime, it really hits me. Because when the world gets quiet, everybody's in bed, and you're sitting by yourself with your cup of tea or hot cocoa, whatever your nightly drink of choice is, a cup of milk with cookies, I don't care what it is, y'all. But when you sit down at night and it's quiet, and you're by yourself and you have time to think, it all hits you really hard. And I'm somebody who I always think to myself, what could I have done differently? What should I have done differently? What could I have done in the past to that would have altered the course of my life to where I could have been in a different position? But I struggle with that too because I'm somebody who I do believe in God, and I feel like there is a plan for everybody and we have to just trust the process. So I feel like, well, it is going to, fall together eventually. It's just going to take its time, and it's going to happen when it's the right time to happen. But I can't help but think I could do more. But then I know I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm doing it at a maxed out level. So it is what it is. But I wanted to make this video because we all have these personal struggles. We all feel super alone, and I feel like the holiday season can really bring out that baggage. And no, I don't mean the baggage from your in-laws who are flying in from out of town to sit with you at dinner, or your baggage that you're taking to your families or your relatives or wherever, to go enjoy your holidays, but the emotional baggage. So, if this Thanksgiving you do not have a family to go to, or if you burn the damn turkey and you get it out and you're like, what could I have done differently? Just know, everybody, there's millions of people out there who are probably thinking the exact same damn thing that you are in that exact damn moment. You're not alone. Y'all, everybody struggles, everybody feels alone, everybody goes through life differently. We all have unique journeys that alter who we are as a person, so, it makes us who we are. But I feel like no matter how different our journeys are, we're all still human. We all still share equal feelings, and we can't help but feel like we're struggling, or like we are alone, or unhappy, or even happy. Sometimes we're too happy. We can't help it. But we all feel the same. So I wanted to make this video to tell y'all that no matter what you're feeling at this time of year, especially with the families or the financial struggles of this time of year, or whatever the case may be, we're all experiencing something. So while this could be the happiest time of year, it could also be the saddest, but know that you're not alone. There's so many other people, including myself, out here who are questioning our own daily actions and choices that we make. So with that being said, last year for Thanksgiving, I made a video titled What I'm Thankful For. And I sat down and I cried a little bit, I'm not going to lie, but I talked about the things that I was thankful for. And I was going to do that again this year, but then I realized not everybody may feel like they have things to be thankful for, which there is definitely things to be thankful for even when you feel like there's not. But I just wanted to make a video everybody can relate to, that everybody can talk in the comment section openly and share our own experiences and feelings and get our thoughts and emotions out and just have that conversation.
I mean, yeah. The upside to all this is that, I mean, ever since I've been documenting my thoughts and emotions, so to say, on this, that people have been commenting a lot, and I think I saw one on like my difficulty video where someone was sharing about uh their recent breakup, and on comments I usually comment. I just kind of like yap a lot because I like to get out my thoughts on there too, but I couldn't bring myself to even comment the way I wanted to because I just felt like I was gonna drown in tears. Because I mean, their situations, a little different. I feel like their time they spent on their relationship was a lot more than mine, but it just it felt relatable, and it just reminded me a lot, and it just reminds me of the recent past. So, which I know is like such a first world problem, as my dad would say, but you know, I've never had to really experience emotions in a severe way, and really manage them ever. I've always been taught, inadvertently, like taught to like just keep everything in, but yeah, like even just a simple comment, it just brings me to tears, and I'll probably have to like reply to that comment at like when I'm feeling a lot better, because like tonight was just cooked. But I mean, yeah, that comment was brutal. So, but I'm really glad that people share their encouragement and share their stories on some of these videos, because I don't know, it helps me feel not alone in all this too. Like contrast to like what I was talking about earlier. So it kind of gives me like a second win some of these days. So I'm glad people are sharing. Even though like I can't just like yap and just cry on all this. You know, I'm just a mess sometimes. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Thank you for anybody that watches and comments and whatnot. Like, I just like hearing people's perspective and their experiences for the little amount of people that get these videos. So it's honestly a blessing in all this mess that I'm kind of putting myself in. So yeah, sorry for the disheveled video, but yeah, it's kind of how to talk about it, I guess.
Y'all, I have never wanted to reach through the screen so bad in my entire life and just shake this man and say you are not alone and give him the tightest hug, the longest hug, and just soak his shirt in tears because I feel so bad for him and I really hope that he finds happiness soon because he deserves it. Everybody deserves it, but I hope that he realizes, and I realize, and everybody else realizes, all these really emotional and hard times that we go through is going to shape us as an individual, and at some point in the future, whether it's in the distant future or the near future, we're going to be happy and we're going to have peace, stability. We're going to feel good, and we're going to have a reason to wake up every day with the biggest smile on our face. And we may not always believe that. I know I don't always believe that, but I do believe that that one good day throughout the week where the sun is beautiful and the air is crisp and you have a good drink and it's just nice, that all those hard moments are nothing compared to that one good moment. And then, like he said, though, you always go back to at night when you're alone and you have time to think about it, then it gets overwhelming. But it is what it is. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This guy's name is Jeffy Alt. I'm going to be tagging him in the video title, so please go to his page. Please subscribe to him and comment away. Give him good, happy, loving, thoughtful vibes and just blow his channel up because I would love to see. I say this a lot, but I always love to support smaller creators. I'm a small creator myself, but I understand the struggle when it comes to building a channel. He truly deserves happiness, so go support his channel, please. Subscribe to him, share his channel, show him love and support in the comment section. You can feel free to tell him your personal stories under his videos. As he said, he's open to that. He likes reading them. But I really hope that his channel blows up and he gets the financial freedom to do whatever he wants to in life that would make him happy. Anyways, woohoo, Jeffy, we love you, man, so just keep going, stay strong. And my message to all of you guys today is you never know what somebody's going through, and you never understand how much you can relate to other people if nobody talks about this kind of stuff. You know, what I've noticed with content creators recently is nobody wants to be honest anymore, nobody wants to be normal anymore. They just want to flaunt money and show how happy that they are, even though they might not actually be happy, but that's what they want people to see. And it's troubling because it's not real, you know? It's not, life isn't always happy like that. It's nice to see people happy, it really is, but videos like this are so refreshing to me because it makes me realize I'm not fully alone, and y'all aren't alone because y'all probably relate to a lot of things he said and that I said in this video, and it's nice to have this conversation, especially whenever we don't see it that often on social media anymore. Everybody just wants to say, look, I'm living great, and you guys fucking suck. That's not what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people don't do that, but that's the vibe that I get through a lot of content. But anyway, with that said, Missy Ma'ams and Surrey Sirs, just keep your head up because we're all gonna get there eventually, okay? We're all gonna find happiness. Like I said, it could be the near future or the distant future, but it's gonna be there. Again, before I wrap up this video, this man's name is Jeffy Alt. I'm gonna be tagging him in the description or the title of this video. I might even try to remember to leave his video in the description of this video. Go show him some love. Go show him support. Please help blow up his channel because he deserves it, okay? And with that being said, I will talk to y'all in the next damn video. I hope y'all have a beautiful holiday.